Hi guys, today I am here with a super simple layout. I am not using any mixed media or anything other than paper, one kit from close to my heart, and my photo. So I wanted to come to you this day with just really simple idea for a very simple kit. It came with some die cuts, paper, and then that's about it. I wanted to just kind of show you that you don't need a lot of embellishments, you don't need a lot of different stickers and things like that to make a fun layout. So I really kept this one simple to give you some ideas of how to use very limited supplies. So I'm just trimming out my photo here, or my mat for my photo, and I'm going to mount that there. Now this paper is pretty busy on the background, but it's super cute. So you're going to see here in a little bit that I am going to break it up by adding a strip down the middle of some cloud paper. And I definitely want to have this be yourself die cut piece on this layout because I thought this is a really cute picture of my daughter by a fountain. And I just thought this phrase that I'm going to be using, plus I'm going to be adding something else in a little bit, is perfect for the photo. So here's that cloud paper that I was talking about. I'm just going to be trimming off the branding strip and then trimming a chunk, probably about a third of the paper. So you can see there I'm cutting it right about um, 4.5 or 5. There we go, about 5. I wanted to make sure that I had enough in the middle that the photo wasn't too much coming off of the edges, just a little bit, but not too much. And then that Be Yourself fit perfectly on there as well. Now this is the branding strip that I cut off from the cloud paper, and I wanted to use it, and I needed 2 strips of it. So since this is super tiny, obviously it's going to be very hard to trim, and I want to make it somewhat straight. I don't want to be too crazy crooked. So what I ended up doing was putting just a little bit of adhesive on it, putting it on my trimmer, and then trimming it down. So if you have a little bitty piece like that, if you add just a little bit of adhesive, you'll be able to add it to your trimmer and still get it trimmed down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of the cloud because I thought there needed some separation between the little heart paper and the clouds. I'm going to put a little strip of glue all the way down on each side, and then I'm going to be gluing down those 2 little thin purpley pink strips right next to it. And I think that really adds a lot to this for having it like the separation between the 2 pattern pieces. And it kind of just gives an end to that pattern piece, or this pattern cloud piece. I always find that if I'm going to use like a big strip like this, or maybe like a scallopy edge or something that kind of goes across the page, I always feel like I have to have some kind of strip or transition piece between the 2 papers because it just seems like it ends it off nice. You can use ribbon, you can use paper, all kinds of things, but I just find that adding something like this just kind of gives an end to it. So here, now that I put those pinky purple stripes on, it kind of blended in with the Be Yourself, and I didn't really like how that looked. So you're going to see that I'm going to be pulling out another piece or a sticker from the sticker sheet, and it's going to say Believe, and I'm going to put those together and it's going to work a lot better. But first I cut out one of the journaling cards, or the 3x4 cards, and I like this magical U, so I'm going to play with it a little bit to see kind of where I want it, and it's going to end up being kind of this vertical or portrait looking style instead of flipped the other way. So here's that Believe sticker, and so I'm going to add that. I thought this darker blue looked really nice with the clouds, so I'm going to add Believe right above, and then I'm going to find an ampersand in my stash. I don't think the ampersand came in this kit. So I'm going to write Believe and Be Yourself, and I thought that was perfect. So I'm just going to play around here. I'm going to glue this down first, and then the Believe is going to go on top of the photo. And I kind of like how that looks overlapping the photo better than just sticking on the background. It kind of brings the photo and the papers behind it kind of together a bit more. So I'm just adding the dot on the I, and then I will find that ampersand. It's kind of like a hot pinkish kind of color that I thought matched really well with that magical U card that I'm going to be putting on the right hand side. Like I said, I think these are just stickers that I had in my stash. I think they might have been out from another kit that I was playing with, and I thought it worked well. I didn't have any ampersands in this particular kit, so I think that's the only thing I pulled outside of the Close to My Heart kit. So if you're looking for a close to my heart demonstrator, I do have somebody that I can recommend. I will try to remember to leave her information in the comment section below. She is pretty awesome, and she's got great stuff. The Close to My Heart scrapbook lines are really cute, or if you're a stamper, they have great stamps. I don't do a lot of stamping, but I do pull some stamping that I think would work well in my project, or not my project life, but my scrapbooking. I don't do a lot, but they do have stamps and all kinds of stuff, so definitely check them out. Like I said, I will try my best to remember to leave her information in the comment section below so you can get a hold of her if you're looking for a demonstrator. or consultant. I'm not sure what they are called. Stampin' Up consultants or demonstrators. I'm not sure what the close to my heart people are. Either way, it doesn't matter. So here I'm just going to add some of these little pieces, kind of like confetti, around my title. And while I'm doing that, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this more simplistic video. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you ever want to know when I'm posting a video, if you click on the bell next to the video information, you can get notifications when I post a video. So now I wanted to add a little bit more. I felt it looked a little blank on some of the edges. So I'm taking my paper here and I just cut a little slot in it, and I'm going to fold it over and then staple it down, and then I'm going to back that opening with some of my scraps here. And I just really like how that looks. It just gives a little extra added texture and dimension. It kind of gives an edge to the page. Sometimes when I don't have like an edge or a background border around the paper, I always feel like the kind of everything's going to fall off. It has this fall off look, if that makes sense. So I like to do this sometimes or have something on the edges because I think it kind of stops your eye from falling off the page, if you will. So you can see here that I just added that blue paper, and then I'm going to add another little chunk out here, staple it down, and then, excuse me, add the staple and then the paper behind it. So I really like how this looks, and then it's also this darker kind of aqua color, which I thought was pretty. It kind of, like I said, brings your eye into the page. And then let's trim off any excess here. And then that's pretty much it. The layout is done. I want to thank you guys. Oh, no, sorry. I am adding a date stamp. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. You'll see kind of how I stamp it down with some Stampin' Up ink. It's kind of a purple color, and I kind of mess up a little bit, and I don't have this particular color to fix it. So what I do is I just take a little black pen, because that purple is pretty dark. You really don't notice, and I can make that 6 a little more prominent. So thank you guys. Talk to you again soon. Bye.